All right, folks, around 70% of all HBCU students rely on federal grants and work-study programs to finance their education, but it also matters when it comes to HBCUs that alumni actually give back to the university. Well, Florida A&M, the alumni have their national convention taking place here in the area, but one of the problems is that HBCU giving by alumni is extremely low. Let's talk about that right now with the national president, folks, of the Florida A&M University National Alumni Association, Lieutenant Colonel Gregory Clark. So, Lieutenant Clark, I got to ask you this here on this whole issue in terms of giving. And look, I didn't go to HBCU, but I've advocated HBCUs on this show. I've spoken at numerous commencements on college campuses, and I say it all the time. I don't want to hear people talk about going back to homecoming if they're not leaving a check for the university.
I agree, Roland. I think we have an obligation to give. Certainly, HBCUs take us in, they educate us, and they send us out into the world. But for some reason, once we get out into the world, we kind of forget where we've come from. So we have an obligation. We should give back. Especially those that have gotten scholarships from the university. They owe the university to give back and support it, and we just haven't been doing it. We got to do a great job.
And look, I understand when folks talk about African Americans don't have the same access to capital as whites. When you talk about college graduates, the unemployment rate for black college graduates is double that of white college graduates. But when we talk about giving, we're not talking about, oh, you're asking every graduate to give $5,000 or $1,000.
Right.
It's the people who don't even send back $1.
Hello.
Not even $1.
Right, right. And they don't do it. I take in point, we'd come to homecoming and we'd pay Delta Airlines to come in, whatever that costs. We'd pay the hotel, we eat, drink, we party, but we don't leave a check with the university, and we go back home and think it's okay. That's unacceptable, and we got to do a better job of giving back.
Now, the Florida A&M alumni raised $715,000 at your convention. That begins today in Baltimore, and so. But what is the percentage at Florida A&M of giving? When I had the president of Howard University on, he told me that when he came in, of the undergraduate graduates, about only a little more than 3% actually gave back. They now have the number up to 10%. And so any idea, what's the number at Florida A&M?
We're around 5%, and that's unacceptable for us. We got to do a better job. We're trying to push the narrative that you got to give, and we're putting some pieces in place within the Alumni Association to ensure we can get those giving rates up. Like I said, last year we did raise $715,000 at our national convention fundraising breakfast. We're going to try to do the same thing and better that on Saturday. But we've got to get better than 5%.